Good evening, children. Once again, welcome to the economics second year class. So, today we are going to discuss about second lesson of economics, demography. In the demography, we are discussing about the topic population explosion. In the previous class, we discussed about the causes of population explosion, and in this class, we are going to discuss about the remedies for population explosion. Remedies, it means measures for population explosion, means by what way we are going to control the increase of population. In this we are going to discuss. So let us discuss now the measures for population explosion. There are three measures are there, children. The first measure is economic measure, second measure social measure, and third one is the family planning programs. Okay, so there are three measures there, children, to control the population: economic measures, social measures, and also the family planning program. So let us discuss first about the economic measures. Remember, we discussed economic factors that are responsible for increase of population. Economic factors that are relates to the money. The same thing now we are going to discuss economic measures that are helpful to control the population. So under economic measures, these are the three subheadings. What are those? Expansion of the industrial sector, creation of employment, equitable distribution of income, and removal of poverty. So let us discuss with the first one, expansion of industrial sector. Expansion of industrial sector. So in this one we can find that industrial worker. Where do we find industrial sector? Most of the industries in our India are located in the cities areas, are located in the urban areas. So these industries are located in the urban areas. We find that the person, the people, those who move towards the urban areas, these people, when once they settle in urban areas, they have to struggle a lot. They have to struggle for the sake of employment, to find the job opportunities. Okay, they find the job. The next thing is that, children, after the job, they have to find it out a very good place that are very close to that industrial sector, to that industries. That means a house or a room where they can live, where they can survive. And then the other facilities they have to go for, like the what you call the power, they have to, that the power charges they have to pay for, transportation, education facilities for their children, and then followed by the health facilities especially. So here, if there are more number of industries are established in the country, that means more number of industries, more number of people will move from villages to the cities for the sake of employment. When once they move towards the cities for the sake of employment, these people, they face the problem of the cities. That means heavy burden of expenditure. And coming to that expenditure, the salary is very less. So what happened? These workers, these laborers, those who settle in the city area, now they too want to live a very good standard life. Standard life. That means living in a very good house, then providing all the facilities to the children, like the good education facilities, transportation facilities, and the most important is the health facilities. So, but unable to pay all these facilities, children, then they find it out that definitely it is a problem of the expenditure. And this is the more expenditure they are bearing because of large families. So what happened? To save themselves from all these problems, these workers, they start thinking that instead of having a big family or the large family, why they don't go for a small family where they can live a life happily by maintaining all these expenditures. So this we can say as the first measure to control the population. If people they start moving towards the city, they face the expenditures, that expenditures make the people to think to control the size of the family, and that is helpful for the decrease in the what you call population growth. Number one. Number second is creation of employment. employment. Industrialization and urbanization both are interlinked. Industrialization and urbanization. What do you mean by industrialization? Industrialization is nothing but, children, number of industries. Industrialization. Industrialization and urbanization. Urbanization means what, children? It means the expansion of urban areas, city areas. How the urban areas are expand, children? Because of increase in the population by the village people for the sake of employment opportunities. So this one, the urbanization and industrialization are interlinked. Okay, so once a person gets a job in the industry, definitely he has to settle in the urban area. Once a person settled in the urban area, he has to face the problem of the urban areas, and to save himself and his families from all these problems, the person automatically he thinks about the less number of children in his family. He restricts the size of the family to live a very happy life, to live a standard life, quality life. So that is creation of employment opportunities. Once a person is employed, children, we find that yes, he starts thinking about how he can save his income for the future of their family. Okay. Third one is equitable distribution of income and removal of poverty. What is this equitable distribution of income and the removal of poverty? Children, poverty is the main reason that makes the people to think for more number of children. Because a poor person, he feels that if in a family more number of children will be there, so that many hands will be there in a family to earn the money. So they feel that the children are the asset. For whom? For the poor people. But once a person if a person income is good, then definitely he feels that with that income he is going to provide all the facilities to his children. And then he won't think for that more children should be there for him, more workers will be that he will get freely in the form of his own children. So that type of thoughts he will not get in his mind when his income is good. When the person is earning good income, definitely there will be a removal of poorness, removal of poverty, and that makes us to think about his good standard of living. I hope these three economic measures are clear to all of you. Is it clear, children? So about the three economic measures. So after these three economic measures, our next measure, children, is social measure. Our next measure is the social measure. So what are the social measures that we can find that are related to this remedies for the population explosion? So now we are going to discuss now about the social measures. What are the social measures that we can find that are helpful for to control the population explosion? So social measures are it is again divided into three subheadings: education, status of women, and age of marriage. Education. How can we say that education is very helpful to control the birth rate, to control the population explosion? Children, as we all know that an educated person, once a person is educated, once a person is getting educated, then a person starts thinking about all the basic amenities of life. Once a person gets educated, a person starts thinking about all the basic amenities, all the basic facilities of his life. So here we can find that the person do each and everything. The person who is educated, they do each and everything to get the basic amenities of life by the help of education. That makes him to think about that the large family is not good. The person thinks about the number of things. Like for example, if the person is educated, he feels that the small family is a happy family. The person thinks about if a small family will be there, he can send his children to a very good school by bearing a heavy fees expenditures. If a person is educated, he at the time of any emergencies, he can take his family to a very good doctor for the good health checkup and the medical facilities. The person can lead a very happy life if a person is educated. So educated people, what they do, they restrict the size of the family. that they believe that the small family is a very happy family, and then they become very conscious that more children means more burden, less children they can do anything for the family. So we can say that the education provides the good source to control the population. Some of the time we can find that what I said in the one of the causes, that universality of marriages in the previous what do you call class, I explained you that compulsory marriages should be there. But if a person gets educated, what the person do, the person can delay in his marriage. They can go for a late marriages. That also helpful to control the population growth. That is the first one about the education. So what we can do, children, the person can go for a family planning. The person can go for a family planning. The person can go for a other what you call incentives. He try to get the all the other things because of this particular one. So family planning programs he can go for. The person can go for the what do you call it is helpful for him to restrict the size of the family because of education. He can delay in the marriage. Delay in marriage will be possible because of this education. So is it clear, children, about the first one? So in this one we can find that education, especially in case of this woman education is playing a very important role. Not only male, if the woman of the family, if the mother of the family, if the lady of the family, if she is educated, she can take all the decisions in her hand related to the economic conditions, related to the what do you call the children's, the size of the families, related to the one or the other thing, health and the education of the family. So according to the 2011 census, the female literacy rate in our country is 65.5%. That means only 65.5% of women are educated in our country. So only 65.5% women are able to take a good decision for their family, socially and economically. What about the remaining members then? That means still many women are very backward in taking the decisions, and because of that the population is going on increasing. So it is a measure. If education is provided to a woman, we can easily find that the woman can take all the steps to control the size of the family and so on. That is the first one. Second one, children, it is about the status of the woman. So about the status of the woman we find that since a long time in India, we find that there is a gender bias. That is, there is a differences are very many more differences are there among the male and the female. So what happens, children, if the good status are given to the woman, if the discriminations are removed, that she is a woman, she can't do this one, she is not having the right to take any decision, if this type of beliefs, if this type of thinkings or thoughts are removed, children, from the society, so we can say that if status are improved, definitely the woman can take a good decision and can move for a development of not only for the family but also for the country. So in this one we can find that education is very important. So woman can take all the decisions related to the family planning programs also. You can take the measures for the use of contraceptives also. So status of woman can be increased by providing her all the opportunities, and that is helpful for the decrease in the population growth. Definitely when once the status of the woman is increased, the woman wants to go for any job or any work outside. If woman she starts working outside, so she won't get the time to bear the number of children, that means she gives the birth to number of children, she can plan for the children, for the family also. That restricts, so that is automatically helpful for the control of family. Next one is about the age of marriage. Age of marriage. In my previous class already I explained you the age of marriage should be more, especially for the girl. Why age of marriage should be more for the girl? Because the fertility rate is very high, and the girl at the age of 13 it starts till the age of 45. So if the girl gets married at a later age, if the very delays the marriage, so we can find that the fertility rate, that means the fertility rate of that girl, it decrease, and it is good for the decrease in the size of the family. So for this purpose, in the year 1903, there was an act was passed called as Child Marriage Restraint Act. Child Marriage Restraint Act. This was an act that was passed in the year 1903. What was this act, children? This act gave the years, the age for a girl and for a boy for the marriage. According to this act, the age for the boy, that is for the men, it is 18, and for the woman, for the girl, it is 15. According to 1903 Act. This act was amended again in the year 1978. Amendment means again some changes were added. So according to the 1978 amended act, so what it did, children? It changed the ages. What is the age for a man? The man age is 21 and the woman age is 18 years. But still, children, 18 years of age, it is also we can feel that if girl gets married at the 18 years of age, again the fertility rate will be very high. So if the proper education is given for the girl child, then it delays in the marriages, and not only in delays in the marriages, we can say that we can control the population also. So this comes under the what we call social measures. What are the social measures? Education, status of woman, and the age of marriage. What you have to remember? You have to remember this act. What is this act? 1903. That is Child Marriage Restraint Act. What is this act says? Act says that the age for the men at the time of marriage should be 18. For the woman, it should be 15. Again in the year 1978, this act was amended. And according to this one, men age should be 21, women age should be 18. But still, if more amendments will be there, there should be an increase in the age, changes in the ages. So this is about the second one. So what is left over, children, now for us? We are having now the third topic, that is the third economic measure, that is by the name family planning programs. So about the family planning programs. So our third one, children, is about the family planning program. Family planning program, it is having these following subheadings. Children, there are four subheadings are there. Public information program, that is public information. Second one, incentives and disincentives. Third one, family planning centers. And the fourth one is research. So let us discuss one by one all about the family planning programs. The first one is public information program. Public information program. What is this public information program? It is nothing but the young couples will be given the information by the government, by the NGOs about the size of the family. So government is doing all its work, government is doing all the hard work to provide the information to the common public by the method of common media, like by the help of television, by the help of newspaper, by the help of radio, and by the other health children, other sources. Government want to create an awareness among the couples to control the size of the family, make them to realize that the small family is a happy family, large family is full of problem. This concept the government wants to inform, and government is doing its best to give this information by the help of various media. This is the first one. Second one is incentives and disincentives. Incentives means some rewards, some awards, rewards specially. So certain incentives and disincentives, children. Once upon a time it was there, children, in our country also. The person who had undergone the family planning programs, children, so they should receive some incentives. At the time when the Sanjay Gandhi, the son of Indira Gandhi, Sanjay Gandhi was there, he started a forced sterilization program in the country. Okay, in the year 1977, 76, 77. What is this one? It is nothing but forcing the people to go for a family planning operations. But now, in this incentives and disincentives, what is the children? Government try to lure, government try to attract the public, that those who go for a small family size, those people will get some cash prizes, okay, some cash prizes, or in the, we can find in some northern India also, that people those who go for a small family like only one child, they'll get some facilities from the government in case of even government jobs also, or they'll get a ticket to stand in the elections. Okay, so that we can say as incentives and disincentives. This is also one of the measure. If people get attracted towards this one, so easily we can find that with just for this one, people they try to go for this family planning operations, or they think for a small size family, that is incentives and disincentives. Family planning center. Next one, it is about the family planning center. So we can find that children, so we can find children in this one that there are many family planning centers are there. That is establishment of the centers, establishment of the family planning centers we find by the government in each and every area. In the district area, district headquarters, at the village, mandal level headquarters, in each and every area, family planning centers are there. That means here we can find trained doctors and nurses will be there. Those who provide all the information to the couples that how and when they can reduce the size of the family, how they can control the size of the family, providing them all the medicines and all the suggestions. So these type of centers are there that are creating awareness among the people towards the small family size, norm of the small family size. Next one is research. A research is very important one. Research for what? Research should be done continuously, children, on the demography. Demography, remember, that explains about the qualitative and the quantitative aspects of human population. Continuously, the research should be done on that basis. Whether with the increase in the population, the quality of human resources are decreases. And if it decreases, what are the measures to control that one? Second one, on the reproductive biology, research should go on. Third one, fertility control. Again, to find out more measures to control the fertility rate. How we can control? Definitely the delays in the marriages are one of the reason to control the fertility rate. But still, beside that, whether any other measures are there to control the fertility rate among the women. So these children, all these are called as remedies for the population explosion. So when the question will be asked to you about the explain the causes of population explosion and remedies of population explosion, you have to explain all the subheadings in detail. Then only you will be able to get 10 marks. This is a 10 marks, very important question, children. So I hope today's this topic is very clear to all of you. Then we will meet with the next topic, children. We are having the next topic, that is about the human resource development. Okay, that we'll discuss in the next class. Thank you one and all.